Okay, so these are the days of the week. These are, all of your days. When you do this exercise of writing everything down in this pretty book, then you identify what it is you're going to be doing, what you are going to be spending your time on, right? You've delegated other things. You're working on delegating. So you're going to be identifying what you're spending your time on. For the moment, it may be pricing, right? Maybe doing the quotes, getting the quotes out, whatever it is that you do. So you put a chunk of time into your agenda for doing this. Oh, this is in my book. It's in the book. And you can just flip to strategy number 2. So just read the beginning and strategies 1 and 2 for, between now and the next time we meet. So you've got, like maybe meeting with your team is 7 a.m. So 7 until 7:30, maybe, I don't know, is meeting with your team. The tailgate meeting, the getting them out, giving them the scheduling, for the day or the week. If you're doing it by the day, you need to do it for the week, all that stuff. So this is meeting with your team. So then maybe your secretary comes in at 8 o'clock and you're going to meet with her. Yes, I'm sexist because I'm old, so I can say secretaries and stuff like that. So I've been reamed over the coals for using antiquated words, so I'm just letting you know this is who I am. So let's say your admin assistant comes in at 8 o'clock and you want to have a meeting with the admin assistant. What's happening for the week? I mean, this person's, it depends on how many people you've got and that sort of thing, but your go-to person, your next go-to person, you want to have like a weekly meeting with that person, but it may not be Monday morning. So it's just every morning when they come in, more than good morning, how are you, did you have a good weekend? And that's important. We've got to talk to our people like that because they're a younger generation. So more than that, okay, what's happening today? If this is just a daily meeting. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Here's what you're going to be asking. How can I help you? Okay, so that might just be your 5-minute meeting, but at least once in the week, you want to have an hour meeting with your next in line, you're in the chain of command, the one you communicate with, who then delegates maybe to other managers, and then those department managers, delegate to team leaders, and those team leaders have the players under them. Whatever your hierarchy is in your business, you need to be having a meeting with those people. Daily, 5 minutes. Weekly, maybe an hour. The people out in the field, just a tailgate meeting and say, okay, Joe, you go here. No, that's not enough. You got to have a meeting at some point. And you can meet with, all of your techs going out. 15 minutes, especially these techs, they couldn't do an hour. They would just be stir crazy. 15 minutes maybe. But have an agenda for your meeting. For each one of these meetings, have an agenda. It could be safety training, it could be what happened on the last job that went wrong and you want to bring it to everybody's attention because it, cut down on the profit margin, that sort of thing. Nobody wants to talk to the people about profit, do they? Hear that all the time. Talk to them about profit. Remember the vision. Share your vision with them. In order for us to get where we want to get to, we have to become profitable, solidly profitable, so that we can take it to the bank, literally. Because this, profit margin like this, or even profit at the end of the year like that, banks are scared of that. Their employees, they don't know anything about the risks in business. Well, it's not healthy for your business. A solid minimum profit margin, and then the roller coaster ride is the gravy on the top, or the cream on the top. Okay? So, quoting, maybe. How long does it take for you to quote an average job? Hour and a half is doable. 2 hours maximum is doable. Your brain just can't keep chugging on the same thing any longer than that. Hour and a half is good. So then you chunk in hour and a half chunks to do that. And that's the average. How many do you do on average in a week? 6 hours in the week. So that would be an hour and a half, probably 4 days. Mm-hmm. Or it could be an hour and a half in the morning, hour and a half in the afternoon. Over 2 days. 8:30 until 10. quoting. So do you want to do that 4 times a week at the same time of day? Do you want to change it up? Same time of day works? Okay. Okay, so what else do you do? You meet with your team in the morning, and it looks like however it looks like 15 minutes here, half an hour here, 15 minutes here. Let's just take a Monday, for example. Put in a 2-hour chunk on a day that it may never happen. But then as he maps out the rest of his days by chunking time, then when he gets a call, it's not last minute. So then when he gets this call, then he takes this chunk of time and moves it over to like Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So he moves it to there, so then what was there, he moves over to here, because he's got a couple of days' notice. And then if, that doesn't work, because that was scheduled to be with a client or something like that, or a first time, and you don't want to put them off because, you want to really serve them well, then you may have to, like that Wednesday thing that you're putting in there, and you have a client in there, then you want to really look at who else can do this site meeting with, or who else can meet with that prospective client. So then you're leveraging your time by developing your people.